Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Anya. Good morning. Good afternoon in your case.
Yeah. How are you actually, Natalie? I was just going to ask you, how are you and your dojo holding on?
Well, New York is probably one of the cities that has been more close with the pandemic. So it's been really tough for Dojo because even though it's a big space, we basically haven't been able to reopen. So we haven't practiced since March. So we're doing something very interesting. We're keeping together via Zoom. And yeah, again, with the katana and the space you need for cuts, most of us in our tiny apartments in New York, we really cannot practice katas with a huge katana and just destroy the apartments. So what we've been doing is actually finding new ways of advancing the practice. And we've been doing something very interesting. So I've been training part of the dojo in awareness, in meditation, and how you can use meditation to harness your mind during martial arts. And then we have had other senseis training us in body awareness as well and movement, where you're leading through the breath, when you're leading through the body versus the breath, and where you're aligning breath and body. So mindfulness and becoming more aware of our technique and our body and our mind during practice, and we're basically like just doing very simple movements again in our tiny apartments, has been able to keep the dojo together. So we meet via Zoom. And since we cannot improve probably just again those big katas, we can improve the foundations, our mind. And it's been very interesting, very different.
Excellent. Yeah, it sounds just perfect. Yeah, because in Holland we've been in a lockdown for a while, but then we reopened and we're still allowed to train. So we're the lucky ones. We're still training.
So jealous.
But there is the sphere is different. It's different. It's changed. There is fear, there is some anxiety, uncertainty, and of course you can feel that too. um, so what you're saying is actually it's excellent. I was thinking that our training, we've been putting up this training together where we put together the mudras, mantras, and mandalas, or your mindset, to put your body, your breath, and your mind together to stay sane in these times, to keep yourself together in these times, and to keep your dojo alive. So how do you feel about that? How is that? How do
It was
you?
amazing. Like for us, we meet sometimes Thursdays. We used to, at the beginning, was to drink sake together, but then we actually started meditating together. And a lot of even my senseis didn't have the background. And it was really interesting for them to learn what we have this statue of a deity in the dojo and all the practices and the benefit it can have. And how do you increase your presence and 360 when your tech is behind you? And it was really interesting because, again, most of us in EI are really interested in learning. So if we cannot learn new techniques, body-wise, movement that requires space, we can actually learn techniques that will make our mind stronger. And sometimes we see it, okay, mind this way, but for example, I've been practicing body awareness and a lot of the techniques we'll be showing. And my sensei actually, so in these 5, 6 months, I've been practicing lockdown, and I've been like practicing kata number 1 for 6 months, really going through layer and layer, using my breath, using meditation awareness. And she was like flabbergasted. It's like, oh my God, you're like a lot more solid, right? Because I've been working on my core.
Yes,
So sometimes we think the mind will make, okay, I'll be more focused, but it has also physical implication. You know,
absolutely.
if you breathe into your hara, your balance is better, your core is stronger, and your kata is more solid. And when you hit someone, and you hit with your whole body, you just don't hit with the hand. That's karate. In my case, if I cut with my whole body. Not
Yes.
yet. I haven't been there, but I'm a little more solid. So I think I'm really excited about sharing these tools. It's been incredibly beautiful for a dojo. There is other senseis who also have awareness practice that have been sharing tips. And we're coming together from a different point of view, but
Yes.
we're advancing our practice in a different way, a deeper way. And we're all very happy about it. Well, we still miss going, but
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's the best when you can do both, when you could train muscles and mind together. But if you if for some reason it just doesn't go, if you cannot use your body, or yeah, you have to be careful in your tiny apartment or your garden if you have one. we also in Aikido we also have practice with swords, and I've been trying to do that in the garden, but didn't go that well either. But but that's the point. I think if we for some reason cannot use our body, we do not have the space, we can use our minds to train. So I'm thinking that this is the training that we have put together. We have been approaching mostly as a personal development tool. But I think it's worth mentioning that it's also a great tool for professionals, for those who have a dojo, or maybe want to put the initiative forward to keep the dojo together. That this could be a really nice tool to still practice together, to keep practicing together, to have this this point, to have this something, a practice which keeps you connected with yourself, and which keeps you connected to your partners.
And for me, I've seen it beyond our dojo. I have the most wonderful sensei, and she's been teaching for years, but actually exploring awareness and teaching us, learning how to teach us more about the awareness. Also, like, we all go deeper in our practice, right? So we're learning so much from her, but we're learning as a group, all of us. Like, it's a different, for senseis, like, how do I teach the same things from a different point of view? And I think it's also a way of renewing our practice and turning something that is really hard into an opportunity to go deeper into your martial arts. And, you know, like, as you say, like, it's not just for like practitioners, it's also for senseis. Like, how do I learn to teach in this new environment? How can I still actually use this to deepen my practice, you know? And again, I think my dojo is fantastic, and my senseis are fantastic. And they just took this chance to just like, we're gonna still be together. And that's what I think is a great training as well. Right?
And it's also it's been a lot of change in the world, a lot of change for everybody, everywhere, in every field and section. And it's our way to adapt. It's our way to be creative, to find out new ways to do things.
And you mentioned something I love, like the fear in your dojo, right? You can still practice, but you have fear. So how can you handle those feelings? And if you're allowed to practice as you are, actually let go of that fear and really be able to be fully focused on your practice. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. So people, next Sunday we are there with our training. If you're interested, join us. We will put the link below here. The link for Europe, the link for US. They work both everywhere. But anyway, feel free to choose for yourself. And we'll be happy.
I was just going to say you're going to learn 4 meditations. 4 meditations really about building your core. Again, we're talking mental, energetically, but it has this impact in your body movement as well. And there is the last part, the 4th meditation, is really about expanding your mind and your presence and really going deeper into your martial arts. So there are 4 meditations, very practical. If you think you can meditate, you actually can, because they're very engaging. And they're designed to give you the right base for martial arts. So they're not just empty your mind. They're actually very specific meditations.
That's right. That's right. And it's a lot of experiencing and exploring. So.
Plus, Anya is a lot of fun. Not just kidding. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be very serious. We're actually going to have a lot of fun.
We will try to. Anyway, that's our goal, to have fun while practicing. Right?
We always have fun together. So for me, like, practice is great. And I'm looking forward to sharing all of these next Sunday, 10 a.m. New York time, 4 p.m. Amsterdam time. And it's going to be a 2-hour workshop, and I hope you can make it. It's going to be, again, lots of fun, but also like really interesting practice.
That's right. We'll see you there. And we'll have fun. Bye-bye.
Saturday, Anya, everybody. Bye.
Natalie, thank you.